sorry, Dave.
If this too sullied flesh should melt, thaw, and resolve itself into a dew.
That's why you didn't make it into the movie.
By this day, she's a fair lady.
I don't know how to...
Oh, the question.
Include the question. Well, it's an interesting story how this came to be. This movie happened just because of a lot of things that I love very much, two of which are slightly to my left. And one of which is the text of Much Ado About Nothing. It's a really funny play, but it's also a dark text that has a lot of mean things to say about people. And I don't really like people except for these two to my left. So it just felt like the perfect thing to do when you have a week off.
By this hand, I love thee.
We started several years ago just because we have a lot of people who act and a lot of people who write and who love his words and don't get a chance to say them on cop shows every week, and so we wanted to sort of flex that muscle again and have an excuse to drink.
I always find working for Joss is an amazing challenge, and this project was no exception. It was very challenging, but I was very glad to be in capable hands.
So what makes Shakespeare so different besides for the language itself compared to some of the other things you've done?
It's loaded with meaning and subtext, and I think that was the secret to actually breaking the barrier, actually trying to memorize the dialogue, was you have to understand what it is you're saying.
It is certain I am loved of all ladies, for truly I love none.
Well, pretty much anytime Joss calls and says, do you want to do something, I usually say yes before he's actually asked a question, and then it's awkward because he didn't really want me to do anything at all. So this happened also to be a part that I've always wanted to play. My first job out of college was playing Hero at a Shakespeare company in Wisconsin, and since then, and probably before then, I mean, this is kind of a dream role. I need to come up with a new role that I want to do now that I've done this. But
Lear, I think is going to be your next. But Black and White, you know, we wanted it to have a sort of timeless elegance and be a little bit noirish, a little bit dark.
It feels that way.
It's not all comedy. There's a lot of very upsetting stuff in it and a lot of very gritty drama, and we wanted to make sure we paid service to both.
What I wanted to hear, Joss, was your very favorite Shakespeare quote.
I mean, it just says everything.
Yeah,
it's one of the most
Shakespeare
common
used
words.
that word a lot.
It's okay.
Probably I am myself indifferent, honest, but yet I could accuse myself of 1,000 things that were better. My mother had never born me. I think that pretty much sums me up. Yeah.
be curious.